Hi, Anne Marie. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Farley. Hello, Paula. Yeah, that's a big plate. A big, big plate. We're going to give it a few more minutes for people to jump on. I'm going to put this big old die on here that I have not been able to use. All right, Angela. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, Chow. We need some paper. I will answer all of your questions shortly. Oh, now it says it's too cool. Okay. I'm going to answer everyone's questions. I hope I can answer everyone's questions. Okay. Ooh. So, hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, they call me the Foiling Empress because I am obsessed with all things foiling. So, let's start off by saying this is hot foiling. If you don't know the difference between hot foiling and toner foiling, I do have a video showing that. Toner foiling is when you use your foil with a toner or a glue-based product. So you would use that through a laminator or a minc machine. You would pre-print something, run it through your laminator or your minc machine, and the foil will stick to whatever that glue-based product is, okay, or the toner. This is hot foiling. So hot foiling is a completely different system, even though they're both called foiling. You really don't want to mix up your foils. And the hot foiling systems are the Spellbinders Glimmer, the Couture Creations Go Press and Foil, and I am using the Gemini FoilPress. Now, the Gemini FoilPress can only be used in the Gemini die cutting machines. You have to have some kind of a die cutting machine to use these machines. If you have the Go Press and Foil or you have the Glimmer machine, you can use them in your Big Shot, your Big Kick, your Vagabond, your Switch. I'm missing something. Oh, Spellbinders Platinum machines. You cannot use these in the Gemini FoilPress, and you cannot use the Glimmer machine in the Gemini. Okay, so the Gemini Junior or the Gemini. So I'm giving you guys a little backstory here because I know there's some new people and people are going to be asking. This particular machine, which is called the Gemini FoilPress machine, Looks like this. Comes with a power cord. You have a low, medium, and high setting. You have a timer setting. And generally, the platform looks like this, which you can see is much smaller than the one you're seeing here. This works great in the Gemini Junior die cutting machine. If you have the full-size Gemini, I showed you guys the other night, you must buy an extender, top plate extender. So it has this extra extension. You can see how much bigger it is than the regular top plate for this to work in the full-size Gemini. This will not work on its own in the full-size Gemini. You have to buy this extender plate because there's sensors in the full-size Gemini because it's a wider opening. So you need these two extra pieces here to stick out for this to go through the full-size Gemini. So I did that experiment the other day on my live. You can certainly go back and watch that, and I show you how I use this, and it foiled perfectly, and it works great. However, this platform came out not too long ago, and this is called the, by the way, I do want to make sure you guys know that when you buy this top plate extender for the regular one, it has to have these two little notches cut out, okay? You can't buy the full-size one and stick it out. You got to buy this one, all right? So this I got from HSN. It was $84, I believe, and it is called the 9x12 foiling platform. It comes with the larger platform, which you can see here. It has the top cover plate, and then it came with the metal cutting plate, okay? This machine, this whole system for the Gemini system is being discontinued. It has been discontinued, okay? There is no word that I have heard down the grapevine that there is another foiling machine coming out for the Gemini FoilPress. So Gemini FoilPress can only be used in the Gemini Junior, and if you want to use it in the full-size Gemini, you have to have this extender plate. If you buy this, take it out of the box and try to put it in your regular Gemini like this, it will not work, okay? So you have to buy this extender top plate to use it in a full-size Gemini. Or you buy this 9x12 plate. So I wanted to show you guys, number one, the difference, and number two, I just found out something very interesting that nobody told me. So, backstory here. I was sent this original Gemini FoilPress by Crafter's Companion, I don't know, many years ago. I want to say 2016, 17, somewhere around there, okay? I did a lot of videos with this. It put me on the map, so I'm grateful to Crafter's Companion. That relationship didn't last long because me, being the foiling empress, started playing around and putting different companies' foils in there and different companies' dies, and I was doing everything that I shouldn't have been doing, and they didn't like me very much after that. So anyway, our relationship ended, but I continue to play with the FoilPress. I have a design team membership with the Spellbinders, so I play with the Spellbinders Glimmer. In other words, I've learned everything that I can learn about foiling so that I can help educate you guys as the average consumer, because there's so much out there and I don't believe there's enough information. So I want to be your encyclopedia of foiling. And if you don't know what an encyclopedia is, you got to go look that up because you're probably really young. Anyway, when they announced they were discontinuing the machine, I started to advocate that if you have this machine, it is still an amazing machine. I don't think you should give up on it. I think if you have a Gemini or a Gemini Junior, it's amazing for foiling. I do like this machine a lot. So I started telling all of my friends, if you have a Gemini or a Gemini Junior, make sure you purchase this machine and you purchase extra platforms, because these things are known to warp, and I think that they got rid of it because of some of the warping issues, but also I think there's a supply and demand problem right now, just, you know, globally, right? What I just recently found out is I bought this big plate from HSN so that I could try it out in the full-size Gemini for you guys, is if you have an original foil press like I did, this wouldn't heat up. I thought it was broken and I started freaking out. Well, I recently bought myself, I purchased a backup foil press because, again, I do a lot of foiling. So I just said, let me grab the new machine out of the box and see if it works. So if you buy this 9x12 plate and it doesn't work, most likely it's because you have an original Gemini foil press machine. But it did work for me in the new one. And I'm looking at these and I really don't know how you tell what the difference is, you guys, because they look identical, but for some reason it would not heat up on this guy, but it did heat up in this. And I can tell you it's very warm. It's very warm. But you can see it fits into the same small heating thing, but the heating coil is in here. So this whole thing is nice and toasty now. I put it on high. It works the same way as the small one does. You heard it beep. It went from on to red to green. So it does everything. So we're going to use the new foil press with the new 9x12 platform. And I have Big Mama Gemini, thank you, Barbara, who gave me that, over here on the left. Now, so Lori, I wonder if you got that from HSN, because I think someone returned this. There are some marks on it. There's some fingerprints on it. And I was thinking, I'm like, it doesn't work. I'm going to return it. And I'm like, I wonder if this was a returned one that was broken. And then I got out my mind, let me grab that other foil press out of the closet. Literally just opened the box and plugged it in. And within a few seconds, I felt it warming up. So there's some kind of connection in here, which must be new, added to the new machines. I don't know, but that's what I found out. So Lori, if that's the problem that happened, yeah. My logo actually wiped off a long time ago because it was one of the original ones. So I don't even know what the original logo looks like. So that could be the difference. If somebody has an original, I think it looks the same though, honestly, because it's the same logo on all the plates. And I don't think they changed it. It's the same color. It's the same size. But for some reason, it worked in the new one and it didn't work in this one. I mean, the buttons, everything. I tried to look at every single way to see if I could figure out any way that it looked different, but it really doesn't. All right, I'm going to move this guy out of the way. All right, so I didn't need to buy a full-size platform because I had this extender. You guys saw me do videos with it yesterday, and it worked fine. But I figure if they're going to discontinue the machine, I think there's a lot of people that are going to start opening their boxes and figuring out, hey, does this work or not work? So I'm telling you now, if you have this in the closet, like Lori and I found out, if you don't have the original machine, or if you do have an original machine, if you have any of these pieces in a box in your closet, get them out and check them now. That's what I'm coming to, because I don't want you guys to have this in your closet and then, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year from now, you get it out and it doesn't work and you have no way of contacting the company. You have no way of, anything. So just, I'm just looking to see if there's any sticker or anything on it. No. Now, I will say on my original one, it says void if removed. There's a white sticker. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. See that? And on this one, it's a silver sticker, and it says warranty void if removed 120 volt. I just noticed that sticker. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me do this. I guess I could do this later, but let's just do it now. I'm flipping them over and looking. Okay, so here is my original one, and this sticker looks to be the same for the most part. Model number HF01, 110, 120 volts. So that seems to be the same, but the new one has a bigger serial number on it. So maybe that's the difference. You got a bigger serial number on the new one. I don't know. I think this is probably when it was produced, 2018 versus 2021. Maybe that's what determines it. I don't know. So just, if you have all of this stuff in your closet and you're like, oh, I've collected, and we do that as crafters. We're like, I'm going to buy this machine, and I'm going to buy this foil, and I'm going to buy this paper, and I'm going to buy these dies. And then we put them in a corner and they look pretty and we don't open them. So I need you guys to please open your stuff and make sure everything works. Anyway, why now, Nance? Because this is the time of year when everyone does hot foiling. We want to make Christmas cards. And last year, Simon Says Stamp released this big, beautiful falling leaves hot foil plate. And how many of you remember watching my video? And I got so freaking frustrated because I could not use it. I couldn't use it in the FoilPress. I couldn't use it in the Glimmer. And I couldn't use it because it's so big that even angled, it messed up my plates. And I got really upset, right? I got upset because I had this, and, you know, I was like, I should probably return it. I even have a note in here. Don't use it in the FoilPress, because it ended up banging up my FoilPress and my Glimmer machine. So I thought, what if let's see how big this is. Let's see how it heats up. Let's try it. Is it worth it for the folks that have the full-size Gemini? Basically, stock up on your FoilPress stuff now before you can't get it anymore. The extra platforms are on my Amazon shop. If you have a regular size FoilPress, they're $20-some right now, okay? So you definitely want those. This big guy I got at HSN. I don't have an affiliate link with them, and I think it was $84, and it came with the top plate and the metal plate. This top plate is not the same as the double-sided plate, so please don't think you can use the double-sided plates. There's a difference in thickness. But I wanted to see, can we finally use the hot foil plate that's been useless to me for a whole year? Okay, that's what I want to see. Hi, Mandy. Thank you, Crystal. I love you guys, too. Because a lot of you guys have slimline dies, and you can foil some of those. So it would be nice if you had the ability to do that. I'm just trying to maximize your dollar spent. You spent money on these products. I want you to be able to use them and enjoy them. And I don't want them to sit in the closet, and I don't want to see them end up on eBay or Mercari because you couldn't figure it out. And if you find good deals on eBay or Mercari, it's because somebody couldn't figure it out. So take advantage. I probably will not buy another of one of these large platforms, but if you strictly use a large Gemini, I would recommend having at least two. Just because, again, I don't work for Gemini. I don't work for Crafter's Companion. Like I said, they were not super happy with me after my last go around with them. So trying to find out as much as I can find out. I don't know if they're coming out with a new machine or not. Okay, they're telling us no, it's not in the works. But they could be lying. Because, you know, sometimes it happens, right? And I'm just cutting some of the amazing Crafty Critta DIY toner paper here. And we're going to foil a couple of different dies here. I am going to be using Crafty Critta hot foils. You still have 20% off for a few more days at Crafty Critta. So, is this plate not feeding the GoPress? I don't know what you mean by that, Anne-Marie. Oh, fit in the GoPress. You know what? I didn't try it in the GoPress, but I don't think so because the GoPress is similar to the Spellbinders. We can try it, Anne-Marie. Remind me and we'll try it. I will do that for you. Okay, so to use this machine like you would any other, there is an external power button here, so we would turn that on. Once you turn that on, you're then going to hit this second power button here, and then you want your heat setting, low, medium, or high. Now, low, medium, or high is determined based on your foil company, okay? So if you are using Gemini foil, you would use low, sometimes medium, but mostly low. If you're going to use Spellbinders, Blue Bonnet, Go Press and Foil or Crafty Critter, you want to be between medium and high, just depending on the foil, the finish on the foil. I find that satin foils are a little difficult to hot foil sometimes. And Crafty Critter is giving us 20% off. Use the code FSC20, FSC20, and you only have a few more days for that. But take advantage. They have hot foil, they have toner foils, they have foil art, they have toner color sheets you can use your waste foil on. I've done a lot of videos in the last couple of weeks showing their wonderful products. And they have slimline toner sheets, so we can use the waste foil on that. All right, so I've grabbed some of this hot foil Midas Touch. It's gold, sparkles. Foil plate is nice and hot. Pretty side down on the foil plate. You want to press the foil into your paper. And then I've cut this paper into 3.5-inch strips like a slimline. And this is the Crafty Critter DIY paper. So I'm going to go 20 seconds on this. I don't even think we'll need that much time. The timer is based on the size of your die. Now, when you get your plates, your machine, they give you a cheat sheet. So it tells you here, if you're using Gemini paper craft foil, this is the small, medium, and large. What temperature? What are you foiling it on? If you are using their multi-surface foils, this is the same as Glimmer, Go Press and Foil, Bluebonnet, any of these other companies. It tells you here what to change, and they're recommending high on any other company. When you use this platform on medium or high heat, it does cause it to warp, okay? And that's because you're feeding it through the machine and the rollers are pushing it, and as it's going through the machine, it is cooling down. So just like, you know, it's just kind of common sense here. As you're putting something hot into the roller and it comes out the back end, it starts to curl up, okay? So it's like when we heat emboss and our paper curls up, it's the same thing. So these platforms do warp if you're using them in extended periods of time, a medium and high. It does not affect your foiling until it just warps so bad that it doesn't go flat again. I have had plates for years and they still work fine even though they're warped. But I do recommend you have a backup platform, okay? I also recommend, if you have this machine, to stock up on your Gemini Papercraft foil because it really is a good foil and it works best on low heat. All right, I have Big Mama over here to the left. I know she's off camera, but I'm just going to unplug this and feed it right through there. And this is my first time using this, so we're learning together here. Hi, T. Okay. Jeez, this thing is large. Barely fits across my desk. Okay. So, I'll plug that back in. We're going to lift this up. And you want to try to give it a second to cool down. I'm going to put the next, oh, I forgot to pull my tweezers and silicone mats out. I'm going to pull the next plate out here. So this is an older, I don't know if you can find any more of these. You're going to have to check Amazon, eBay, all those fancy places for some of these things because, like I said, Gemini has left the foiling building. Okay, and this is Crafty Critter Silver Illusions. And I'm using these because these are much bigger dies. Someone asked, how does it heat? So the heating connector is here. And then I'm imagining there's a heating coil inside here. because it does go, I can feel it. It's hot all the way across and all the way down. So there's a heating element coil inside there. Like, what do they call it? Heating floors, you know. I remember that when I was a kid, we lived in Korea. That beep tells me it's hot enough. And this is just a half sheet of paper. Well, you can see how much that pressed into the foil press plate. Guess I won't be returning that one. Okay, so we're going to give that a second to warm up. Let's reveal. I finally got edge-to-edge foiling. Fingers crossed. Ta-da! You guys, I finally got the whole plate to foil. Oh my gosh. And again, I think they still sell this. I do not recommend this in the regular foil press or the regular Glimmer. I will try it and see if it fits in the Go Press and Foil. But finally, usually the ends get cut off. It is a very thick plate though. Man, it really pressed into there. Yay! I can say I'm going to use it at least once. Yeah, you can use 2 plates. Yes, Melanie, we missed you too. You can do I mean, there is benefits to having a larger platform, not just larger hot foil dies, but larger 2 at once. We could certainly try that, yeah. I heard that there was a supply and demand issue, and then rumors, you know, like they have like the National Enquirer here. They have that in the UK, and the rumor is when, and I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what I've read up, people sending me articles and stuff. When Sarah Davies was involved with, like, they had like Dancing of the Stars there in the UK. I guess she had other people helping run her company while she was involved in that show, which was like months. And I guess they weren't very good at running the business while she wasn't there. So I think this was one of the things that had to take a hit until she can get everything back on track, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I'm hoping they come out with something in the future. That would be nice. Hopefully something that doesn't warp. But we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, my foil moved on that one. All right, so let's try to do 2 at once here. So this is the ornaments, and then we have there's some jingle bells here. Lots of company makes hot foil plates right now, so I know everybody says, where'd you get those from? Listen, I just pulled these out of my stash. You got Spellbinders, you got Waffle Flower, you got Pink Fresh Studios, you got Alternate. You got a lot of companies that are in the hot foiling plate market right now. So you're just going to have to go check them out, see what you like. You know what? I already have this cut. Let's use this one. I just wanted to see, you know, primarily how this worked. Curiosity. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of companies that are getting into the hot foiling market. So I think you'll see a little bit bigger plates, smaller plates, different designs, you know. So for you guys who have these machines, get them out and start using them. Not going to serve anybody any good if they're just sitting in a box in your closet. Okay, so we're going to try 2 at once here. And I'm just going to give that a second to warm up. This is Silver Galaxy, which is the silver stars, and then I reuse that other piece of gold foil over there. The big Gemini does use a lot of pressure. Yes, it does. Hi, Eden. Yes, I got the bigger platform off of HSN. Type in Gemini. I think I just typed in FoilPress and it came up. And it was like $84. Hi, Michelle. Now, I probably will put a piece of tape on here to tape that together. But for right now, I'm just going to, oops. All right, let's reveal this one. Pretty. Now this one did jump a little bit, so I have overfoiling. That's my fault. I'll erase that. A little overfoiling in here, and that'll all pop off. Hopefully it won't jump this time around. I'm going to put a little tape on that platform. All right, let's see if I can do this. I need to move. I don't have a big enough desk, so when it goes through the back, it gets stuck on the back shelf there. So let's try to do this. That was much easier than the first two times. When you make room, it makes a big difference. Okay, let's see what the results are here. And you always want to let it cool before you reveal it. So let's take these off. Take these off. And I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this big background one. And I've heard that about the machines, is that Big Mama's super tight. Yep. So I know with the FoilPress, these are a little thinner. There are certain machines, like you do not want to use any of the Toto plates. The Toto plates are a UK company. You don't want to use any of those. You just have to take your time and be patient. Yep. All right, so this is Red Blast from, look at the sparkle in that, Crafty Critta. And again, I'm using Crafty Critta paper, Crafty Critta hot foils here. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. And save these little pieces for sentiments and things. And I think I need to cut a little bit more paper. This paper is amazing. I had somebody comment, if you're not part of our group, the Foiling Snobs Club, join our group. We help you guys out. But somebody commented, hey, how did you get perfect foiling, to somebody else who had foiled something, and they said they were trying to do it on 110-pound red cardstock, and they weren't getting good foiling. Well, immediately I knew it was the cardstock, because one, it's too porous, it's too thick, but two, the colored cardstocks don't foil as well as smooth white cardstock. All right, so we're going to let that cook a minute. All right, let's reveal these two while we'll wait on that a second. So this is the bells. That is perfect. Oh, I cut off the corner there, but that's okay. That's going to make a really pretty slimline card. Look at that. You know, I wasn't sure if slimline was going to take off. I was not a huge fan of slimline, but I am liking the slimline. I find myself doing more and more slimline. Here is the ornaments again. This time my plate didn't move. So there is a lot of pressure. I'm going to take your mono sand eraser, and most of that's going to come off. There is a lot of pressure. But that's not something we can't work with. I wish these came with dies, because then I could just cut it off of there. Maybe I'll run it through my scan and cut. I'll have to erase more of that. That's not bad, though. I'm not hating that. It's very pretty. Look at all that sparkle. I gotta clean it up a little bit. Okay, so let's try this full-size background. See how that works. The other thing, too, is I should probably be on medium, not high heat. I should turn my heat down a little bit. So there is a company right now. It's Be Creative. I'll have to look up the link for you guys. I am not affiliated with them. It's Be Creative Crafts. And they have Gemini foil, and this was on Labor Day, so I don't know if they still do or not. I think it was Tasha that emailed me, or Trisha, I forget. But they have Be Creative FoilPress foil, 4 rolls for $10 or something like that. That's really cheap, so you might want to check them out. Oh, this is going to be pretty. I have that other piece of paper. I'm going to go down to medium. Now, when I go down to medium, it's going to start beeping at me that it's too hot. See, it says cool. So we're just going to unplug this. We're going to let that cool down a little bit. I'm going to go to medium heat, and I'm going to bring in Jolly Green. And that's going to cool from high to medium, because I think I'm too hot on these foils. These foils tend to transfer pretty quickly. And like I said, it depends on your foils. Like pearl foils, I found pearl foils for me are a little more difficult to work with. They like to just be difficult. Like with pearl foils, you normally need a higher heat. You need a shim. So I like shiny foils. Now I found foils that have some kind of embeds in them. They usually transfer quicker. So you just have to practice, and then you'll learn which foils work and which ones don't. Ooh, I'm barely fitting on there. Where'd that paper go? All right, so let's plug this back in. All right, so now it's ready. We're going to go 20 seconds. So again, heat is based on the type of foil you're using, the manufacturer of the foil, and the timer is based on the size of the die. So this is a large die, so I'm doing medium, 20 seconds. And let's see what this looks like. This one's not too bad. The finer lines didn't get in there. But it's a background, so it looks good. But that is sparkly. All right, and then I can save this and use this on waste foil. So we don't throw that away. We're going to reuse that. Can you use the small plate on the new base? Oh, yeah, it'll work. I have like 4 platform bases. Just, 4 platforms. All right, so here's the one I was using the other night, Angela. So this is a regular size platform with the extender plate. This is the new machine that I just opened. And we'll let that heat up. And let's take a look at this one. And you always want to let your foil cool down, whether you're doing hot foiling or toner foiling. You want to let it cool down. You want to give that foil a chance to transfer over. Just Stupid tape. Tape isn't, you know, when I was a kid, I used my dad's tape all the time. Now tape is in my nightmares. Okay, so let's move this guy aside. It's heating up already. That's fast. Oh, this one foiled much better. So I went to medium. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. So this was high 20 seconds. And like I said, we got some underfoiling. Look at the jingle bells, seasons greens. Like it just didn't foil all the way. This is medium, same paper. And this one is 20 seconds on medium. And it is 100. Oh, that's like perfectly foiled, you guys. Look at that. I mean, they both still look great. But that's, you know, makes a difference there on your paper and your heat. I always tell you guys, experiment. That looks awesome. That looks great. This is going to make it easy because now all I got to do is throw sentiments on these guys and they're ready to go. All right, so I have one more piece of Crafty Critter paper cut. I'm not going to foil this, but I just want to show you guys the size of it. This is, when I did this last year, I tried to do it like angled like this, and it actually like pressed into the plastic frame. So I don't recommend this plate on the foil press. I will try it on the Go Press and Foil in a second, but these other ones fit just fine. So we can do that one. Let me warm it back up, and let's see, we've done gold, we've done silver. Okay, we didn't do silver bells. Let's do silver bells. This one's bright silver. It's not an extended plate for the junior. There's no extended plate for the junior. You have to use the full-size Gemini. I'm using Big Mama Gemini. You have to use the full-size Gemini. I'm showing this for people who have the full-size Gemini, not the Gemini Junior. No, Kathy said there's an extended plate for the junior. The original foil press and I bought the 9x12 to use together. I did the same time, hoping it would work. So Angela, you have to have the full size Big Mama Mink. If you don't have Big Mama Mink, it's not going to work. So hopefully you have Big Mama Mink. I mean Big Mama Gemini. Sorry, Mink, not Mink. Not what I meant. Yeah, this is just wider. They don't have a longer plate. Well, unless you have the full size. Okay, so I'm going in with silver. All right, so we're going to give that a minute. It'll turn green and it'll beep when it's nice and hot. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I know sometimes I do confuse you guys. Uh-oh, my mom just sent me a text. The dog did something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wonder what the dog did. The dog chewed up something, I bet. Okay, let me make sure this is all out of the way. Oh, Angela does have the big one. Okay, good. Okay, so that's beeping, telling us it's ready. So we're now going to count down to 20 seconds. So Anne-Marie, here is the Go Press and Foil plate, and it is, oh, it just barely fits on there. Oh, much better if you do it angled. Okay, so if you have the Go Press and Foil, Anne-Marie, you are right. It does fit in the Go Press and Foil, and it's not hanging off anywhere. So you could use this in the Go Press and Foil. I'm not going to do that tonight, but it will fit in the Go Press and Foil. Oh, here comes Mr. Guilty now. What did you do? Why is Grandma mad at you? What did you do? Did you chew up something when everybody was at work today? I bet you did. He just ran away. He knows he's in trouble. He's like, yep, sure did. No, these are not designed to work with the Big Shot, the Sizzix, the Vagabond. None of the foil press machines are designed to work with those. If you want to use the switch, you need to get the Spellbinders Glimmer. Okay, so this is the last one I'm going to do before I go figure out what the dog did. And this is already starting to warp. Can you guys see that? See that gap in there? So when you have that where it's starting to warp, you want to turn it upside down and put this underneath your Gemini machine to flatten it back out, or your Junior, or whatever you have. And as it cools down, it will flatten it back out. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Pretty. I'm a little over foiling right here. So I do think there is a little bit more pressure in the full-size Gemini, but again, everybody's machine is different. And I say the same thing when we're using the Glimmer and you're using the Big Shot or the Platinum. Every machine is different, but that full-size platform, if you have the foil press and you are getting your stuff before they are completely sold out and you can't find them anymore, I found it at HSN. There's also the extra platforms on my Amazon page. But these came out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with all of these, that I'll be able to use these. Now this one that has all that extra overfoiling, I'll probably cut this like in the middle, so I'll cut those off. And I wanted to remind you, you have that Crafty Critta 20% off hot foils, toner foils, foil art, colored toner sheets. You know, they have everything that you could possibly want. Not only just foiling, they have this amazing paper that I've been using this whole time. This is the 250 GSM paper. I like 200 for my printer when I'm doing laser printing foiling. And this is the 250 I'm using for hot foiling. So I like having both, one for my printer for toner foiling and one for my hot foiling. And it's FSC20. FSC20 is the code. Yeah, the Go Press is a little longer than the Glimmer. You were right, Anne-Marie. Not by much, but yes, you were right. Either one of them, Jennifer saying, will work well. Both of them will work well. You can use your hammer mill or your Himilco. Himilco is similar to this paper where it has a little bit of coating to it. Hammer mill doesn't have that coating to it. So either one. You just don't want to use like Accent Opaque or Nina. Those are really porous papers. You don't want to use colored papers. Now hot foiling, that's not true. Hot foiling, you can hot foil almost anything. You just have to make sure your temperature, your foil, timing, all of that is correct. Toner foiling, it's a little more difficult. All right, so remember, it's I think 100-pound is too thick if you are toner foiling. It just depends on your surface area for hot foiling. If it's smooth, it should be okay. If you're using hammer mill 100-pound, you'll be okay, Jennifer. Or 100-pound Himilco, you'll be fine because they're super smooth. Okay, you guys, so I just wanted to show you guys that, and I wanted to share with you my findings. If you bought this and it doesn't work on your foil press, you might have an older foil press like I did, And I don't really know how to check that other than, like I said, that sticker on the back. It looks like it might have been like a manufacturing date sticker. Because this did not work in my original foil press. So when I switched to the brand new one, I think this is a manufacturing date sticker because my other one said 18. And I think I got that at the end of 17 or 18. So this one says 21 on it. So that may be the indicator. And if you're looking for Gemini foils, the company is Be Creative Crafts. They had some Gemini paper craft foils. But I do have Amazon link. But if you are looking for hot foils, toner foils, foil art, colored toner sheets, foiling paper, we have 20% off. You guys don't see that very often over at Crafty Critta, and use the code FSC20, please. Yeah, I didn't know there was either until I got this Melanium, tried it out, and it would not heat up. The light came on, and I waited and waited and waited. I'm like, it does not take this long to heat up. So then I thought there's something wrong with my foil press. So I plugged in the small plate, and the small plate started to heat up immediately. Like I could feel it getting warm. And I bought myself a backup foil press. You know me. I bought myself one. It's been sitting in the closet, and I thought, I better check that machine. And as soon as I plugged this in, it started warming up right away. So for whatever reason, it's got to be something to do with these adapters. Something's activated in this one and not activated in my old one, because this plate, and Lori said she had the same problem. She bought this big plate and it didn't work for her. So I'm wondering if she had an original foil press machine. So if you bought it, get it out of the closet, check it out, make sure it works, because if it doesn't work, you're going to either need to buy a new foil press machine or you're going to need to return your plates. Yep. I did get a little piece of happy mail I wanted to share with you guys real quick. I got 3 of them here. So, Ramona in California. Ramona, I got these from you. There was no note, so I don't know. They're just corners, I guess. So thank you, Ramona. I got the corners you sent me, but I didn't know if there was like a special thing I was supposed to do with those. And then I think this is from Judy. Judy sent some hot foil plates. I put them in the donate pile, so thank you, Judy. Look at all this beautiful Spellbinders. These are the BB butterflies. Pretty. That was Glimmer of the Month kit. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I watch other YouTubers, and I love watching Kevin Nakagawa. And Kevin and I both got sent this koala paper. So I start watching Kevin's videos, and I printed and foiled on the koala. This is koala sticker paper, and I showed you guys that video on how I printed on it and I foiled it. Well, Kevin's been stamping on it, and I've been stalking Kevin's YouTube, watching him stamp these beautiful scenes, and I was like, I want one of those, and look what came in the mail! Kevin was on Stamp Wars last year. It might have been 2 years ago. So that was really cool to get a card. Now, I'm going to, like, cherish this. He sent it all nicely packaged. He did write a note on the inside that said, to Nancy from Kevin, like, something like that. But I'm going to, like, this is going right on the wall with the Jennifer Maguire card. Like, nobody better ever touch it. So cool. So that's my happy fan mail. And speaking of Stamp Wars, we have Stamp Wars next Saturday, September 17th. Tracy is our host. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if we have a guest. I don't know. All I know is Tracy's in charge of that whole thing. So that'll be Saturday, September the 17th for the next Stamp Wars. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to go see what the dog did. Make sure Grandma doesn't kill him. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.